wasn't ready. My bad. My bad. My bad, Curry. I wasn't ready. There we go. I'll take it. Already, first play of the game is a foul. Is this motherfucker gonna take forever to shoot the free throw? Come on, man. Damn, fool. Motherfucker bumped me. Oh shit, that's on me. Let me get that reset. Reset me. Dude is big. Oh, fuck it. Right out to Curry. My bad. Hey. Pull up. Free throw line. Pop it every time. There we go. Barely caught it. Let it fly. Hey, took it strong. Damn, over his head. He didn't see it coming. He had his back turned. I knew I can get it. Bro, trying to get some points while I'm over here doing some other shit. Hey. All right, there we go. I jumped away too soon. That was pathetic. Ooh, I could have shot it, but I ain't want to. Ooh. I knew exactly where I was going and what I was doing. It may not look like it. Yo, I ain't missed this game. Can I go 100% this game? I just can't get no stupid fouls because I'm about to get my takeover after this shot or pass, depending on if it's an epic shot or pass. Let's go. Uh-oh. Oh, it was epic. He got his shit dunked on. Yeesh. I got the takeover. Oh my God. From deep? Oh, it rolled I guess I ain't 100% no more, right? Look at Curry getting the board, picking it out. So your boy can miss? Oh, God. I went from 100% to shit. I got Curry over there trying to guard both people. All right. Oh my God, 3 in a row now. All right. Good takeover. I shoot better without it, apparently. That's a foul on me too, right? Yeah. That's crazy. I ain't even need to reach. He got blocked. Damn. Instagram is crazy nowadays, bro. Some of this shit I don't even know if I can show on here. Alright, come on, man. I gotta make a few shots. Oh, I got him off me and then I wasted time dribbling more. I don't even know who that is trying to guard me in the first place. Oh shit. Whoever it is, he tall as hell. Bro, tall as hell.
Let's keep it up.
Alright. I don't even know what we watching today or nothing. I ain't really got nothing planned. I think I got it all. Now I can make shots again. Bro cut his hair, and that Tuco gotta change his look. There we go. Shoot that shit before the defense get there. I'm about to say, can't even shoot. Oh my God. Bullied him a little bit and then step hike. That was supposed to be me, but I ain't playing defense. Damn. Damn. I had to leave him wide open, though. I probably shouldn't. Whatever. It is what it is. Damn, what the hell is this shit? That shit look crazy. Damn. Bitch say 200,000 a month. TD Jakes be at them puffy parties. I guess God is with him. You know what I'm saying? That shit crazy. Man, they don't know what to do. Send for the P YouTube channel no more. I don't know what the fuck they doing over there. That shit crazy though. To think about it. You know what I mean? You gotta do what you gotta do. Oh yeah, we'll watch one of these too. Hold on.
I know.
Then they got me sitting on the bench. Fuck it, might as well play this shit then.
What to believe anymore, so I'm just gonna show you photos. We're just gonna focus on San Francisco this time, but never forget that all countries with all languages, pretty much everywhere in the world in the 1800s and 1900s, same stuff over and over again. Now, I don't know if this stuff in San Francisco is for real, if these buildings were created at that time and then just destroyed, if it's plaster and wood super quickly made just for the expo and then obliterated and that's it, or if it was there beforehand, built by somebody else and then they created a history of San Francisco and all the other cities, etc. You decide. I'm just gonna show you maybe some of the gigantic photos that you haven't seen or you've seen a bit less, because some of them are more popular than the others, and you decide for yourself what you want to believe about this. Always in the context, never forget in the context of comparing it with the rest of the world. So don't just focus on one city or one country. You have to see all the countries in all the languages, and then the question arises, well, why did all of them build the same stuff at the same time? The best way to do it is also when you have these photos from the air and you see the land and the buildings and the ships, to accept that you're living on a spinning ball with curved water ball globert with gravity. I don't know what to believe anymore, so I'm just gonna show you photos. We're just gonna focus on San Francisco this time, but never forget that all countries with all languages, pretty much everywhere in the world in the 1800s and 1900s, same stuff over and over.
Everywhere.
I don't know what to believe
It's the
anymore,
same
so I'm just
shit.
gonna show you photos. We're just gonna focus on San Francisco this time, but never forget that all countries with all languages, pretty much everywhere in the world in the 1800s and 1900s, same stuff over and over again. Now, I don't know if this stuff in San Francisco is for real, if these buildings were created at that time and then just destroyed, if it's plaster and wood super quickly made just for the expo and then obliterated and that's it, or if it was there beforehand, built by somebody else and then they created a history of San Francisco and all the other cities, etc. You decide. I'm just gonna show you maybe some of the gigantic photos that you haven't seen or you've seen a bit less, because some of them are more popular than the others, and you decide for yourself what you want to believe about this. Always in the context, never forget in the context of comparing it with the rest of the world. So don't just focus on one city or one country. You have to see all the countries in all the languages, and then the question arises, well, why did all of them build the same stuff at the same time? The best way to do it is also when you have these photos from the air and you see the land and the buildings and the ships, to accept that you're living on a spinning ball with curved water ball globert with gravity spinning in space at 1000 miles per hour, because if you don't say that, then people are not going to like you. You're going to get banned. So look at the statues that are there, and the huge fountains as well. This is very important while the water is curving on the exterior of the sphere ball Earth. And the light, free energy. You tell me if it's free energy, or if they built the infrastructure and they paid money to the government or to the private companies. Pay me money, because if not, I'm gonna take your electricity away, and that's it. So you decide what to believe on that regarding the energy. And why do I have to pay money for electricity? I don't understand. It's so sad. Anyway, take it all in. This is like one of the best breed, and you see the colors, the colors of the rainbow, and everything else. Of course, this is a different society in a different time when people had lots of jobs and good money while working in the coal mines and living in dirt with sad houses, and what I showed you before. You have the scaffolding on many buildings. Some buildings you just see the scaffolding and that's it. Some other buildings you see the construction photos, as they say. I don't know what to believe anymore. Is it construction photos or not? Is it were they built? Were they partially built? Were they already like that and they just put the scaffolding to give a certain illusion? Were some of them actually built by us, our human species, and some others were built by the previous human species? Was something happened that maybe the humans and the manpower and the materials were brought from a different forbidden continent? I don't know, too much. But in any case, this looks like a construction site or not. I don't know. Again, I'm lost. This definitely doesn't look like a construction site. It looks like somebody added the scaffolding to make it look like a construction site. And then, think of 2020 with the stuff that starts with the C letter of the alphabet and ends in a D and starts with a number between 18 and 20. You have to keep your distance, and then everybody get in line to get your special stuff in your hand.
Shot, yeah.
Why don't you apply that? Oh, I forgot. This was like 1915, so it was still in the time of the Spanish, even though it's not Spanish and it's not But anyway, who cares? Look at these photos with the huge buildings, and I see these primitive cars. I'm telling myself, it's impossible for our human species to have been for 2,000 years, since the Roman Empire times, with no cars and no motors and no nothing. And something is not right. Something is not right. Look at the primitive. Look like boxes made in a primary school environment setting for projects. And this is the type of cars they used back in the day. I just added this because they look so ridiculous, these cars. And
He's like, I just added this because it looks stupid.
Of the supreme age of cars. But then why do I have to pay money and not use electric free energy? And even if we use oil, the earth has infinite oil, but you're not allowed to speak about that. So sad. The order of, the letter starts with J, like in the Bible. But anyway, huge entrances, huge arches, huge everything. This one was shocking, not just because of the building, but look at the size of those. It's supposed to be places where you put your flowers, but it's so gigantic, it doesn't make any sense. It makes sense for different human species, but not for us. Supreme light everywhere. And then you see them in the day and the night. It's kind of like different to see it during the day and during the night. Although the majestic feeling you get when you look at them is the same. And yeah, I added like more stuff that you've probably never seen from different angles. Again, these statues always impressive regarding not just the columns and the arches and the domes, also the statues. How much amount of work you need to do this. I mean, this is like the year 1900 at the beginning, so it was no such thing as industry. The size of humans compared to all this. And when I see these entrances, Canada, something is not right, because it's supposed to be pavilions for several countries. Now, of course, the leathers there, like you see Canada, you can add them on the building. But again, I'm lost. I am really lost. I don't know how much of this was actually there, how much was it built. Do these people come from a specific place or not? You see them afterwards when they're dressed and they're all like so squashed together, just like in the subway in Tokyo. When people go to work and policemen, they push you inside the wagon like a sardine. So but they're dressed, even those guys, they're dressed exactly the same. It's kind of like sad how
man.
And this is like one of the photos to show you how everything goes boom, and that's it, boom, everything goes weirdly destroyed to build inferior buildings. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. Why would you destroy this and then build a residential complex that looks so sad, or a car park, or a field which has no use? This is the miniature. Found this. So like the miniature, like when you do projects and you do the miniature first of how the place would look like.
The miniatures are cool.
It's like the tiny humans there. We are tiny humans. Anyway, this one most definitely looks as if it's like from Roman Empire times, even though we're in America. And
Roman Empire times.
These buildings here are definitely not built at that time. because the scaffolding which was put there was more like, let's put scaffolding here to make it look as if we are building it. I don't know. Look at the size, gigantic stuff. Whenever I see gigantic things that don't make any sense while the Earth is spinning, it doesn't make any sense. And this one, besides the fact that you see the proportion
wow,
in size
the Earth
between
is
the person
spinning?
and the arch and the sea, it's just amazing. Imperial makes me wonder about the Olympic gods. The question that I have for this man, I like just go there and say, excuse me, dear sir, my dear fellow neighbor, fellow from this human experiment, how do you feel when you look at the environment you're there? And he's gonna reply to me saying, I'm sorry man, I was told to sit here and shut up, so I'm just doing my job. Okay, good stuff. How much do you get paid? Enough to get me myself a beer and maybe like a donut. I don't drink beer anyway, so I just have a donut and that's it. With water is fine. Anyway, the ships that travel across the curved water on the exterior of the curved spinning space ball with 1000 miles per hour. Thank you, motorcycle. And it's impressive how they actually had the technology to build all these at the end of the 18th century and travel the spinning ball Earth in space that never gets crushed by a meteor or something, or like another planet. So it's really interesting. And that's it. So I do hope, gosh, I actually
that's
thought
it, so
50 photos, and I actually thought it would take me double, triple time. I'm getting used to this when I show you photos, but of course these photos, you've seen them before. I'm going to show you more shocking photos soon. I'm so like in the zone right now, and I'm thirsty for knowledge.
Focus,
but
man.
it takes time, you know, to actually get to choose which photos are best suited. So let's go to kind of like sad how this, I don't know if this was built in 6 months or 1 year, or if this was there in the history of that city. And then let's see the history of the rest of the world. Well, it is a thing. I was thinking about this recently. What if the manpower and everything else in the technology came from a different continent, which is just like across the Pacific Ocean in a straight line, but you're not allowed to go in a straight line over the Pacific Ocean? Sad, isn't it? So anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching. I hope you appreciate it, and I'm gonna try my best to show you even more shocking stuff and even more buildings that were destroyed and demolished and they never exist anymore. That's it, end of the history of humanity. See you next time.
Well, that was cool. Oh, I get to get the point guard. Well, he don't want to play now. Fuck. Come on, man. I can't make it from that far yet. Guess I gotta be on takeover or some shit. Hey, come on. My dude challenged him in the air and then ran out of, steam. That's of course a foul, but I didn't think he was gonna do that, but whatever. That's crazy though. Puff Daddy. Or P. Diddy stories, huh? That motherfucker Gene Deal don't like P. Diddy, I'll tell you that. Something, he must have did something that he ain't telling us. A 115-inch TV? That's crazy. Is that a projection? I think that's TV. Why am I answering my own questions? Alright, yeah, we gonna watch this one too. Fuck it.
You.
Hey, we up. Let me get the ball, bro. You tripping. Oh, that is exactly what I was trying not to do. I don't know what move that was, but that was definitely not it. Damn. Uh-oh, say Cheese back on the channel more often now? Is that some new shit? It looked like some new shit. Oh. Why, oh boy, guarding me like this, bro? Oh. Oh, there we go. They try to stop me from getting to the rim. Damn, who got dunked on like that? Oh, that's the best dunks of the month? Okay. I'm about to say, I know that shit didn't happen this week. Bro, it's so difficult to get a steal on this game. It's like you can't even try to go get a steal. You just gotta wait for one. And he's shooting free throws.
Take a break.
That's crazy. DJ Academics got finessed for 500K and snitched on the bitch. No cap for real. That shit crazy. Actually, I'm trying to do this new move I just saw the other day on YouTube. So let me try that a few times. I'm probably gonna miss some shots because I ain't. All right, let me see. Can I do it right now? How do you do it? Oh, it does work. That's tight. Hey. All right, a new move I'm finna use. You dig? He just pushed the ball out when he running. Like, you know, I don't know how to explain it, but it's like a little speed boost, but just tapping the right joystick, right trigger, I mean. Metro Boomin clowns DJ Academics over losing 500K to his chick or whatever. That nigga got finessed for a $500,000. Damn. That nigga stupid though, for real. He be clowning hella people on everybody's head. He out here getting finessed and shit. Ain't that many cool videos tonight, so we might have to watch the shit that I watched last night. I had to let y'all, you know, see what the fuck I be watching. That's what it looked like. What the fuck was I watching though? Oh yeah, about jet streams and shit. Oh man, all right. Fuck it, we gonna go to the video then, shit.
So you being a bodyguard for Diddy, you know, you've been to his parties. You feel like it's totally inappropriate for Titty Jakes to be at a Diddy party?
I think it's very inappropriate of a man of a cloth to be at a party like that and then dancing across the stage or dancing, you know, at that type of atmosphere. You know, you gotta separate yourself from the two, man. You know what I'm saying? You got people with drugs, alcohol, you know what I'm saying? Women that's loose, Women is in the women, men is in the men is in woman, twos, threes, whatever. Anything
Right,
that
I get
goes
what you're
on,
saying.
it goes on. But that's back in the, from in the 90s and 2000. But it wasn't so much back then that you see men coming on each other like that, like
Watch
you
out
do
now.
now. They don't care now. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
They don't give a But back then, they cared a little bit more who knew that they was out like that. They don't care no more. It's activity like that in all phases of rap now. You understand? So in those parties, you definitely gonna see that there because you see rappers there. You understand? You're gonna see that stuff there, man. But my whole thing about it is this. You got a reverend or you got a bishop that's supposed to be helping you get your
T.D.
house
Jakes.
in order. And he's supposed to be doing the right thing. And you look at your television, he doing the wrong thing. Cause he dancing at Diddy party. But you
Yeah,
have to
Diddy party.
understand that maybe his house ain't right. How you gonna get your
Maybe.
house in order and his house ain't in order? Look, bro. I read this. He got two sons that is about, and I'm talking about T.D. Jakes. He got two sons that may be part of the LGBT or that community. Allegedly, I guess. One was caught in a park, maybe Houston or Dallas in Texas, doing not felonious, but
Fellatio.
fragrant homosexual act with somebody. Now, I'm looking at Rev ain't got his house in order, and his boys is like that. They should be a product of him.
What are you trying to say?
Maybe the boys is telling you something and saying something loud without even opening their mouth. Or do they open their mouth? I don't know.
That's funny.
right. But I would have backtracked, right? I would have backtracked to Cassie. Do you think she was attracted to Diddy, or do you think she was only with him because of his money?
She said she wasn't. She said she wasn't. It ain't what I think. She said I wasn't physically attracted to him. I didn't think he was this, that, and the third. Yo, you gotta think he's your father or something like that. Your old man. I think she was 19 and he was in his early 40s or
Yeah, that was a pretty
What?
big gap.
late 30s.
Late
So
30s
like
ain't
she
too
could have
bad,
been
I
his
guess.
daughter.
What's the point of getting with a chick, bro, that you know not physically attracted to you? Like,
Damn.
Yo, bro, it's a lot of cats out here. They, for a better word, they F out they league. And the girl looking at them like she the Statue of Liberty. She always got her hands in the air. Give me, lend me, can you spare?
Damn.
And when dudes,
I like that.
when dudes figure out that those women is only using them because what they can give them and what they have for them, they become violent toward them.
Well, there you have it. Gene Deals staying consistently on P. Diddy ass. Apparently. Or allegedly. Or both. Gene Deal ain't gonna let P. Diddy live. Fuck that. He on that shit. Hey, straight to the rim. Why they trying to hurt? Oh shit! Why they trying to hurt me? TD Jakes exposed. Now I don't know if I'm gonna let y'all watch what I was watching last night, cause oh yeah, it's a new bar over there. I could tell them about that. 40 on the head top, boy. Wait. Chris Paul, if you don't give me the ball, bro. Oh. Get off me. My dude is ass at layups, bro. I had it. Then he just gives up at the end. The fuck? Alright. Here, let me get it again. Oh. Let me get that though. I swear, bro. I better say it, this motherfucker don't lose the ball. Hey, too easy. All right, let's see. I don't know if I want to watch that either. Of course he makes that. Bro, I'm dying. What? I'm about to say, yeah, I can't miss too many more, bro. What the fuck? He ain't finna shoot it anyway.
Nice work, guys.
You asked for it, so here it is.
Good stuff. Good.
You asked for it, so here it is. We're going to react to more Masonic TikTok videos. Masonic TikTok videos. And I say Masonic TikTok videos because most of these are, they really don't have anything to do with actual Freemasonry, but you guys have been sending them to me, and I grabbed a few here, and I want to take a look at these and give you my honest reaction. So let's dive right into it. I will tell you, I have done a little sneak peek of the last one, and you won't believe it, so make sure you stick around for that.
What is the main reason for the 33rd degree Masons? The main reason is not to, everybody thinks it's some kind of crazy thing. It's actually space travel. 33rd degree Masons is about space travel. That's the ultimate goal because Masonry.
I'm sorry, I'm going to take a look at
Shit's stupid as hell.
these and give you my honest reaction. So let's dive right into it. I will tell you, I have done a little sneak peek of the last one, and you won't believe it, so make sure you stick around for that.
What is the main reason for the 33rd degree Masons? The main reason is not to, everybody thinks it's some kind of crazy thing. It's actually space travel. 33rd degree Masons is about space travel. That's the ultimate goal because Masonry.
I'm sorry, I'm going to take...
He couldn't take it seriously.
Okay. I've been a 33rd degree. Admittedly, I have not been a 33rd degree Mason for all that long. But so far, there's been no mention of space travel, none whatsoever. So just, I want to put that out there. But I'm
Definitely no space
I'm a
travel.
professional. I'm going to rise above, and I'm going to listen to the end.
What is the main reason for the 33rd degree Masons? The main reason is not to, everybody thinks it's some kind of crazy thing. It's actually space travel. 33rd degree Masons is about space travel. That's the ultimate goal because Masonry goes all the way back to the Chateau coming out of the land of Chem, the brick Masons that had the secret knowledge that was then lost in the mystery schools. It's all about re-obtaining the capability of traveling in space. Why do I say that? Because you have to travel 33 times the speed of sound to escape Earth's gravity to get into space. If you travel 32, 31, 30, you're not going to escape. There's no escape velocity. You have to travel 33 times the speed of sound to escape into space.
I'm going to tell you straight away, there has
That's
been no
bullshit,
mention of
definitely.
space travel at all since I have become a 33rd degree. None. None. Nobody fitted me for a helmet. They didn't ask me what flavor Tang I like to take on the spaceship. Any of that. None of that. There's no mention of space travel at all because this is a little silly. The 33rd degree
little silly.
came about in 1801, and I don't know precisely what their knowledge in 1801 was regarding physics or escape velocity. That is the velocity it takes to get past the gravity of the Earth. But I
Apparently.
don't think they really had a good understanding of it for them to be able to assign 33 as the number that they used. We've talked about it on the channel a bunch. There's no real good answer as to what the 33 is for. There's a bunch of different theories, but it's
Yeah,
either
there's
lost to
definitely a bunch
time
of theories.
or more likely, it's just that that's how many there are. It has nothing to do with
Like
space
Jesus'
travel.
age when he died,
And
apparently.
I will say that we have had a couple of 33rd degree Scottish Rite Masons involved.
He said it has nothing to do with space travel. Right. Of course not. There were definitely Masons involved, right? All right.
Has nothing to do with space travel. And I will say that we have had a couple of 33rd degree Scottish Rite Masons involved with the space program. Several of them have been to the moon, but that is sort of happenstance. And a lot of them
Nobody's been to the
didn't
moon.
become Masons until after they had done their travels and returned. So no connection at all. And
He's like,
I don't know what to say about that one. Moving on.
What they're basically trying to tell you by the Freemason order going up to 33 is when water is below 33 degrees, it freezes.
After they had done their travels and returned. So no connection at all. And I don't know what else to say about that one.
He's perplexed.
Moving on.
What they're basically trying to tell you by the Freemason order going up to 33 is when water is below 33 degrees, it freezes. But once it goes above
That's
33,
true.
it becomes a liquid form. After you hit that 33rd degree, you become enlightened.
Wow. Mind blown.
Not frozen.
No longer frozen. You hit 33rd degrees. You're no longer frozen. Couple things. And first of all, what he's saying physically, of course, is accurate. When water
Right.
goes from 32 to 33 degrees, it goes from being frozen, a solid state, to a liquid state. That is absolutely the truth. No argument there. I
Right.
have even heard that theory with regard to our degrees. Now, I haven't heard it from many, what I would say are legitimate Masonic sources, but it's one of the things that people have mentioned in terms of that 33rd degree and why it is such a big deal and why it's the capstone is that it has that connection. I will tell you, in my experience thus far, there is no mention at all of any symbolism involving the going from the 32 to the 33 as being some sort of transformative, you're no longer frozen type of
Transformative.
thing. It's not like that. It really isn't. First thing you need to remember is that the
Disillusionment.
33rd degree is an honor. It is not supposed to be there to give you some kind of extra special enlightenment, and it doesn't. The degree itself is lovely, but the lessons that it communicates are not earth-shattering. In fact, they just enhance the lessons that we have received earlier on in the degrees of Freemasonry. Let's move on to the next one.
There's a common misconception that the highest degree in Freemasonry is the 33rd degree. And while it's true that the 33rd degree is a real thing within Freemasonry, it's not actually a part of the core Freemasonry, otherwise known as the Blue Lodge.
True.
Instead, the 33rd degree is part of what's called the Rose Choir, that's what we call it here in New Zealand, or overseas it's sometimes more commonly known as the Scottish Rite.
True.
This collar here is a collar from the Scottish Rite. Indeed, it's my collar. You get this upon entering the Scottish Rite. On one side you have this pink colour and the motif of the pelican, which represents Jesus Christ, and on the other side you have this black collar with the crosses. Now, this is a part of the Rose Choir. That's where you'll find the 33rd degree, but this, the third degree, the sublime degree of a Master Mason, this is the highest degree in all Freemasonry. And to be honest, guys, when people talk about 33rd degree Freemason and that's where all the truth is known and all of that sort of thing, that's my cue that those people actually don't know what they're talking about, and chances are they're just conspiracy theorists. So there you go. The 3rd degree is the highest degree in Freemasonry.
This guy, spot on. Obviously, New Zealand, and as he said, in New Zealand, they refer to that as the Rose Croix or Rosy Cross. In the United States and elsewhere about the world, it is the Scottish Rite of Freemasonry. He's 100% right. There is no degree higher than that of a Master Mason. And if you're not a Mason, that sounds a little silly because 33 is obviously a higher number. Remember that the degrees themselves are not ranks per se. They are degrees of learning, and they are titles in much the same way that a master's degree or a bachelor's degree is a title. That degree alone does not bestow upon you some magical gift of authority. It just does not. And that is absolutely true in Masonry. Just because you're a 32nd degree or a 33rd degree or a Knight Commander of the Court of Honor, that does not give you authority to boss anybody around. When you are a Master Mason, it doesn't mean that you're a master of anyone else. You are a master of yourself. Of your own feelings, of your own thoughts, of your own actions, of your own deeds. That is what you are a master of when you are a Master Mason. And once you achieve that, there's nothing higher than that. The degrees of the Scottish Rite delve deeper into different kinds of learning and to philosophical, moral, ethical, and spiritual, and even political lessons, but none of it tells you what to think. It presents you with basically a lot of different ideas and presents you with a lot of different questions that only you can answer. Everything in the Scottish Rite and the York Rite leads back to those 3 degrees in the Blue Lodge, and it really does make you a better Master Mason. Let's move on to the next one.
Why do we have to talk about flat earth? I don't want to talk about flat earth, but flat earthers keep coming into my lives telling me that as a Christian Freemason, I should have an official stance on the theory. So here it is. First off, my affiliation with Freemasonry. The Freemasons, they're a fraternal organization, not a scientific one. They don't have an official stance on the shape of the earth. Individual brothers might, but the fraternity as a whole does not. Conspiracy theories, they're just that, theories. And I know of no grandmaster in any jurisdiction that has ever told any of its members that, hey, you guys, just for your information, at the 360th degree, you learn that the earth is flat.
So this is Brother Fluff, and I believe he is a Texas Scottish Rite Mason. And I don't think he's been a Mason all that long, maybe just a couple of years, but I love his channel. He does a lot of really great stuff. I would love to talk to Brother Fluff. So Brother Fluff, if you're watching this, give me a shout. Let's work on something together. The flat earth thing, I don't know how in the heck Masons got tied into this nonsense. It's just as silly as that first TikTok that we watched about space travel. First of all, the earth is demonstrably not flat. It's almost 2024 as I record this. And there are people walking around thinking the earth is flat and blaming Masons for keeping that secret. If the earth was flat, why would we even care? If it was flat, it's flat, but it's not. It's round. My God,
it's
Brother Fluff's channel, great. The flat earth thing, stupid. And am I calling people that think the earth is flat stupid? Yes, I am. They are stupid because it's demonstrably not flat.
It makes them so mad.
Cleansing breath. I did promise you that the last video was the best, and I'm certain you will agree with me. But before we play that, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Just click the subscribe link below.
I'm already subscribed. Let's see the last video though.
Click that bell icon to turn on the notifications. And please give us a thumbs up. And also, after I play this last one, which is really worth the wait, I want you to tell me which one of these was your favorite and why.
I am Grand Master of the World's Masonic United Nations.
What?
Most Puissant Sovereign Grand Commander, 33rd degree, 99th Frederick Lee McHenry.
What? I'm doing it again. Shit. I'm cutting the man off. I'm gonna run it back. I'm gonna start at the beginning because this is too good for me to interrupt. I'm gonna do my best to not hit the stop button and make critical remarks. I'm a Mason. I'm above those things, mostly.
I am Grand Master of the World's Masonic United Nations. Most
what the
Putin
fuck is that
Sovereign
shit
Grand
mean?
Commander, third degree, 99th Frederick Lee McHenry. It is a great honor for me to speak today on behalf of Freemasons at the International Forum, Global Crisis.
It's the International Forum Global.
There is a way out.
He's
As
like,
we
okay,
all
that's
see
true.
and understand that all of humanity has faced unprecedented times and challenges on a global scale. Therefore, as Mason, it is now more important than ever for us to act together for the benefit of all humanity.
What this is, and I'm trying very
what
hard
is it?
to not be insulting to this man, and I'm sure he's a nice man, but he's not a Freemason.
Damn, that's fucked up. He just exposed him.
In Masonic lodges, this is sometimes referred to as clandestine masonry, but a better term is called bogus Freemasonry. Freemasonry that's
Bogus?
not recognized by the rest of us. We don't know what different ceremonies and things they're doing. Their regalia doesn't seem to be connected to reality in any way.
Shit look
And again,
crazy,
I
is
know
what
it
he's
sounds like
saying.
I'm being insulting, but the fact of the matter is this is
Damn.
not legitimate Freemasonry. There are entire websites devoted to debunking bogus Masonic organizations, and there's in all 50 states. And if you're a Mason and you've never looked this up, I've got the link above and you can click on it, or I'll put it in the description below. If you're not a
So what's the point? They trying to get people to pay dues or something? Illegitimately?
Mason and you're interested in becoming a Freemason, then again, make sure you do your due diligence with the lodge in your community, that they are connected to a legitimate Grand Lodge or Prince Hall Grand Lodge in
Right.
that state.
At least.
Which of these TikTok videos was your favorite? Drop it in the comments below. And if you're a
I think the second one was the best, but what does it matter in my opinion? I'll be right back. Give me a second. I gotta handle some other shit real quick. Give me a second. Hey. All right, I'm back. Hold on. I don't know what other videos I got, but that shit was funny though. Alright. Alright, hold on. Let's watch this video real quick.
Memory of the departed, a path in which
Wait.
we will all follow.
No,
I thank you for being here and
That's not it.
welcome.
That's not it. Is that it? Yeah, that's his channel, but he ain't got no more videos. Let's see. They booing? Who they booing at? They put me back in, or oh, that's a halftime. Shit, it's still halftime. Matter of fact. Well, let's see this real quick. Actually, I don't know. I don't know about that. Damn, I'm about to say, what the fuck is it doing? Is it gonna play? Or not? The disturbing rise of iPad kids apparently is a thing. Because everybody's giving their kids iPads, and apparently not like that. That shit look funny.
Hey guys, I hope all is well.
It is, but we're not finna watch that shit right now either.
Let me show you something. These are in Australia, in Sydney. All four of them. Quite interesting, right? Australia, but the video is not just about Australia because we go to Australia, Melbourne, these four. So remember, Sydney and Melbourne. And now we go to Australia and the last one is New Zealand. You're gonna say, okay, Australia, New Zealand. Okay, it's the same geography, the same island, the same place at the edges of the world, of the known world. Let's see this. This is South Africa. Do you see the same infrastructure? Do you see the same architecture, the same columns, the same doors, the same giant windows, the same towers, the same everything? South Africa in Cape Town and Pretoria. Australia, Sydney, Australia, Melbourne, Australia, New Zealand, and South Africa. South Africa and Australia and New Zealand are very far away. There's a huge bunch of ocean between them. Languages are totally different. Humanities that are totally different. Why are there the same buildings? Built at the same time. So history says in the 1800s. Let me show you something more. This is also South Africa. Huge stuff. You know, cities like Cape Town, Pretoria, Johannesburg, etc. Let's move on to a different part of the world, which shocks you in the head. This is Brazil, Rio de Janeiro. Remember, Australia, New Zealand, South Africa, and Brazil. If you look at the map, which is not a globe because the maps were never a globe.
Which is not a globe.
These three places are so separated from each other. Nothing in common. English in Australia, and a very weird English, if I do so myself. No offense, I love the accent. South Africa, which is Afrikaans, which is like pretty much a combination of Dutch and German and English and everything else in between. And then you have Brazil, which is Portuguese, which doesn't even make sense because Portugal compared to Spain was, I mean, the whole story with Spain and Portugal in the 1500s doesn't make any sense, historically speaking. And there it is in Brazil. Let's see more. We can't speak about just those places. This is in order from left to right: Germany, Ireland, Germany, and Austria. The German Empire. Also Ireland, which is very far away from Germany in Europe. You know, Ireland and the UK. German Empire, we say German Empire, but the German stuff is the same as the Australian, the Brazilian, and the South African stuff. This one is Germany on the left and Denmark on the right. So again, from the same part of Europe and the world. And these ones, this is Peru, the first one. The one in the middle is Norway, and the third one from the right is the Philippines. Look at the size of Peru. And Peru speaks Spanish because of the so-called history, but Norway doesn't speak Spanish. The Philippines were a Spanish colony, but they don't speak Spanish. And yet Peru, Norway, and the Philippines are the same as Australia, Brazil, and South Africa, and Germany. Let's look at this. The first two, so the one in the left and the middle, India. The one on the right is Malta. Again, huge doors. India and Malta. Totally nothing to do with all the other countries. Why is it everything so perfectly similar? The first one on the left is France. The second one is, I think it's France or Belgium, and the third one is definitely Belgium. France and Belgium. Again, we're in Europe. We have Germany and the UK and Ireland. That's German and English. France is French. And yet it's the same stuff. Then you have an order from left to right: France, Sweden, Pakistan, and India. What does France and Sweden have to do with each other? And of course Pakistan and India, when you add to the mix. Totally different cultures, totally different languages, totally different people and religions, yet the same buildings. These ones in order: India, United States, and Ireland. The first two in India, the third one in the USA, the fourth one in Ireland. India and the USA, India and Ireland, like we've seen before. And this is the first one is Canada. Of course, if you speak about Australia, we're not going to leave Canada outside. The second one is Chile, Spanish-speaking country, very small. No, very big in length, but very small. And third one is Mexico, and the fourth one is Argentina. Now, tourism across the world, same buildings everywhere. Do you see my point? People see these and they always focus on just one country or only one language. You know, the big majority of people, if they speak about Australia, they don't go further beyond than the United States, the UK, and Canada, because, you know, just the English-speaking world. Some other people, they just speak about the Spanish-speaking world, or the Brazilian, Portuguese, or the Indian. But once you see all of them in the same video, and especially once you see all of them at the same time on the screen, I mean, imagine if I do like a compilation and I put a thumbnail, a small thumbnail of each of these buildings on the screen. What would your answer be? Who created, for example, let's go to Peru. Who created Peru? Listen, Peru, the Spanish people. But then if you say the Spanish people, then who created the stuff in France and Belgium? So big at the same time. So what, they spoke with each other and they agreed again with like, for example, the Indians and the Pakistani to build at the same time? Or did the United States of America at the same time as India, they decided to speak with the telegram, I guess, or whatever? Or in this case, Canada and Argentina look the same as Mexico and Chile. What does Canada and Argentina have to do besides the exception of being on the same continent, the American continent? But Canada is in the far north and Argentina is in the far south. And Canada is supposed to be colonized by the British and the French, etc. And Argentina is supposed to be colonized by the Spanish and then the Italians when the immigrants went. So it doesn't make any sense. Again, Australia, at the far side of the world, you know, like I can understand that Australia and Canada and the USA can understand each other because they speak English, even though you put an Australian and a Canadian and an American in the same room, and I have to translate for all of them because they start speaking in their dialects and nobody gets a thing. So I have to speak international English. But I mean, come on, like, and South Africa is like amazing, because people don't usually speak about South Africa. They just leave out it's a country far away, and at the edges of the world, at the end of the continent. But that's the whole point. Is you see these things, then you see Brazil. Again, mind blowing, right? Why is you could say, okay, Brazilian, Portuguese, and Spanish, they understand each other. They conquered the world, and they decided to build the same stuff at the same time. But what they have to do with Europeans and Australians and Canadians and Indians and Pakistani and South Africans? And there's no construction of these photos, but if you tell me that all of these places were built at the same time in the 1800s, I can only assume that you just say that because that's the thing you want to believe. You don't believe it because it's actually the fact. You just believe it because that's what you want to believe. It's actually the same thing as people believe in Santa Claus or in the fairy tale. because there's no other understanding as to why would you accept that all of these were built in like 50 years time or like 30 years time at the same time in the same century, in a time when there was no internet and no way to communicate with each other. Because like today, for example, we could communicate via WhatsApp or like the phone, and the engineers from all the countries, they can build all of this in no time, even though today we can communicate as a human species and
we still don't have buildings like that.
But we don't build buildings like these. We build ugly skyscrapers that you can torn down any moment, and gosh, they're so ugly. And they don't have, not just because of the beauty, but also because of the complexity of building them. You know, like the complexity of building these buildings is way more complex than building a skyscraper which comes down in the middle of nowhere. I'm gonna show you in a future video demolished buildings that, because at least many of these buildings you see in color, they still exist, they were not demolished. But what about the buildings which don't exist anymore because they were totally destroyed and obliterated? And you're gonna say, why? You ask them why. The order of the J's. So let's see each other in the next video with more interesting stuff and bigger photos. You know, sometimes I just need to make them bigger or smaller depending on the quality. So let's try and amaze with more photos. A photo is worth more than 1,000 words. See you in the next video.
A little bounce pass, you know what I'm saying? Oh my, that shit came straight to me. That's crazy. Normally I don't move when it's a tip pass. For that very reason. Hey. Ooh, what was he about to do? Come on, man. I guess I gotta be in takeover to hit that little move and shot. As soon as he went to go dribble that thing, hey, let me get it back. I ain't get there quick enough. I was too busy watching him dribble. Oh yeah, let's look at this.
Thank you for joining me for this Truth Talk episode. This is the last episode of 2023. This year has been an interesting one. We discovered a lot of hidden truths from the industry and learned so much. For the last episode of 2023, we will be looking at some celebrities who risked it all to expose Hollywood. I also want to let my Patreons...
No, I'm good. I ain't gonna watch that shit right now. Let me see. I'll take a listen to this real quick.
This evening we have chosen to discuss a very difficult, very remarkable, and very controversial book. In recent years, of course, the rapid motion of our way of life has very largely obscured the literature of the late 19th century. Yet there are books that have continued to be highly provocative. And among others, we can mention the writings of Jules Verne, whose anticipation of the shape of things to come was uncanny in its prevision. We have in this case a book that is mysterious and remarkable in a number of ways. Perhaps the formula of it is rather close to our modern concept of science fiction. All that I can do in connection with this book is to sketch through and summarize certain aspects of it. And those who are sufficiently interested may, of course, enlarge their researches. The book itself appeared many years ago. This is the first edition. And it carries a very interesting title page. It says here, Atidorfa, or The End of Earth, the strange history of a mysterious being, and the account of a remarkable journey, as communicated in manuscript to Llewellyn Drury, who promised to print the same, but finally evaded the responsibility, which was assumed by John Uri Lloyd, with many illustrations by J. Augustus Knapp, copyrighted Cincinnati, 1895. Now this is a rather impressive heading, but of course many fictional books can be made to sound impressive. Curiously, this work deals with a number of subjects that created an almost immediate reaction in the public mind. And for 10 or 15 years, the book was the center of a storm and controversy, such as perhaps is not common with most books. My own contact with it is perhaps a little better than most of those who now might read the work. I had the pleasure of corresponding with John Uri Lloyd before his death concerning the book. And as you probably, many of you remember, Mr. J. Augustus Knapp, the illustrator, was a close friend of mine for many years and was illustrator of our large book on symbolism and several other of my publications. Mr. Knapp was for years an artist working for Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer Studios. He was a graduate of the Cincinnati Art Institute, and he was engaged as a comparatively young man by John Uri Lloyd to do the illustrations for this book. Lloyd himself was a man of parts. He was the head of the Lloyd Pharmaceutical Company. At that time, one of the most important pioneers in pharmaceutical research in the United States and a leader in his chosen field. He was a chemist, a scholar, a man of very high responsibility and reputation.
I'm finna listen to the rest of this, maybe another stream or whatever, but I'm gonna holler at y'all later. I got some other shit I gotta do. I might even get back on later for New Year's Eve, I don't know. But we'll see. Holler at your boy, man. In the meantime, in between time, I'll holler at y'all later, man. Yeah.